What's up, guys? Ash here, and today we're taking a look at farming Hanson and Sanson. These two gents are perfect if you're just reaching endgame and need to get a quick step up on the equipment ladder. Hanson is literally loaded in Legendaries, and this is an incredibly fast way to gear up many characters quickly as you reach endgame. In particular, his jacket is one of the few in the game that has both crit chance and critical hit damage. This is particularly useful on think like Ray and Kylie, who have a much more difficult time of stacking critical hit damage than, kind of the Black Mages do, or even Albus with Sword Manual. His wrist guard is the only legendary in the game that has a flat bonus to block, giving you upwards of, I don't know, 20% with the right prefix. This is useful for hybrid fighters that are just barely getting to that kind of 100% block threshold. So think like Albus's Great Swordsman or Elisa's White Knight. His dress shoes are the only legendary in the game that give a combination of speed, move, hit, and critical hit damage all in one. This is, of course, very useful for Hazing or Giselle, as a Twilight prefix can give you a plus 20 to speed. And then, of course, even his gloves are excellent as a defensive tool, giving you a damage resistance of 10% along with the additional block and dodge percentages that are not normally found on battle gloves. Of course, this is particularly useful on martial artist tanks. Think like Leton and Irene, or even battle mage tanks like Sion and Irene. Sanson has probably the best ranger weapon in the game for hazing, the Dunamis SMP, giving bonus critical hit damage on any responsive or counterattacks, which of course is written all throughout the ranger class, as well as it having the highest natural attack power of all machine pistols. His suit has the highest vigor and vigor recovery of any legendary in the game, while also adding move distance for a jacket, which is quite rare. The vigor recovery is particularly useful if you plan on stacking vigor recovery for magic optimization. So think like Black Mages, or even stacking vigor for Magic Shield on Black Mages, or even Blessing of Avalon for Albus's Magic Knight. His bracelet is probably the best overall in the game, enhancing speed and health, and is particularly good for mages if you're not running like a giant killer build. So we're going to hop over to the case records, and for the best farming mission, and keep in mind we're going for speed and efficiency here, I recommend Chapter 7-6, Overlapping Coincidence, another phrase for Destiny. This mission is particularly amazing for farming because it puts you straight into the thick of the battle. All characters can begin combat literally on their first turns, which is so awesome. So we're going to take out Sanson first. He is always in a static location on the far north end of the map. Sion and Anne start nearest to him and are also always in a static location near the statue. So I actually recommend using Sion on Black Mage, as Black Mage doesn't have the wind up that Battle Mage does to get CMP up. I'll leave a link for the Bloodwalker build, and simply remove one shot, one kill, and put on Breakthrough for easy farming. And if you want to go particularly overkill, I recommend using Anne's Witch. You can use an Awakened Stone Throwing build, and she'll shred all block, and it does it just as well. And keep in mind for farming, you want both Overkill and Death Blow in tandem with High Risk, High Return. This can double your drop rates and make things go so much faster. For Hanson, Hanson is not quite static and can appear in either the southwest or southeast corners of the map. It is important to note that with the exception of Anne, Sion, and Albus, the rest of the party splits up into two-man teams, and that the nearest team to Hanson is the far south team, regardless of which corner he spawns. However, as you can see here, Ray can get to him with no trouble at all. And I do recommend that you use either Ray's Grenadier, who has naturally high block shred, and I'll link Big Booms too, or recommend Bianca's Witch. Illusion, of course, mutates him into a plushie, basically shredding all block. I'll link Turbulence 3 down below. As you can see, the mission time was only 1 minute and 15 seconds here, and if you count on the load times and a bit of moving around, it comes out to about 2 minutes per run. Once finished, go ahead and abandon the mission. And as an added bonus, you can also take down Wei. Wei appears in either the west or east corner of the map. He has shoes that essentially give you run, and his combat gloves are probably the best all around in the game, giving a massive 30% damage boost. So once you get back to Silver Lining, of course, you can go over to Pierto, and if you go over to his bottom lost item there, you can actually buy out the items that you abandoned. So you can see both the Bonaparte Dunamis S and then both Hanson items, and just purchase for not too much money here. And of course, you can go to Neil's and he will identify whatever ones you have here. And I've saved up a few. Looks like most of these are 4 stars. Hopefully, a couple. Yeah, there's a 5-star there for the Warriors Way gloves. But this is just in general a great way to farm, and hope this helps you guys out.